Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Sunil, ladies and gentlemen. As you might see from the title and thumbnail of this video, another Sunil Reacts episode number 4, number 5. I literally lost count. Hope you like the last video. I know there's a lot of ups and downs in the audio. I'm really sorry for that. Next time I will correct it. There's a lot of audio stuff that I need to learn. Anyway, if you like the audio on this one, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on your post notifications. So anyway, what's on today's wish list? Well, we are in YouTube. Obviously, we are taking a list of top 10 rarest and most expensive cars in the world. This is actually done by Vehicles Virgins YouTube channel. Link to them in the description below. You'll hear the audio, don't worry about that. So now let's switch scenes. Hey, welcome back to the new scene, guys. Hope you like the new wallpaper. Let's go, let's start the vlog, let's start the video without any wasting time. First of all, obviously we have to click the like and also subscribe. Vehicle Virgins, 2.21 million subscribers. Check it down in the description below. And also after the list is complete, let's check what is happening. So let's hit the play.
First up is the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. It's the most expensive new car of all time.
God damn. You see that the body is actually made full of carbon fiber as well as, carbon fiber full body as well as, I think so it is made up of full, I'm not sure about this. I think it is full of exposed carbon fiber. Yep, I got the point. Anyway, continue with the vlog.
Eye-watering $18.7
$18.7 million. Yeah, obviously.
For a very special customer.
Okay.
It's based off the Bugatti Diva, meaning it has 16 cylinders,
Okay.
4 turbos, and makes an astonishing 1,500.
Almost 1500 horsepower. Nice.
60 time, 2.4
4 seconds. Okay, 0 to 60 miles per hour in kilometers it is. 0 to 60 kilometers is, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, that's 60.
There's 110 years of Bugatti.
Oh, okay, 110 years.
Jean Bugatti's legendary Type 57.
Type 57, yes, Sea Atlas. Yep,
Only
the dopest car in the world.
were ever built.
Yeah.
Paying almost
And this car actually went up, skyrocketing in the latest auction of 2017. I don't know if I can find the video, but it went up to a sale of about, I think so, 20 to 20 million dollars upright. And this was the only car in the world that actually did that type. So anyway, on with the video. Why am I stopping? Sorry for a lot of pauses, guys.
Next up is the
Lamborghini Veneno.
Only
Yep.
5 coupes and 9 roadsters were.
Yeah, this is actually also a rare piece of car. Actually, this was featured in a video of Stratman. If you want to see that, just type Stratman Lamborghini Veneno on YouTube. You'll find it. I'll also search it and put it down in the link to that video in the description below. This was actually, there were 9 roadsters and 3 coupes for an entire world, and it cost about 20 million, something like that. I'm not sure,
Lamborghini.
but it looks really like, somewhat like a Batman mobile, right?
For 8.3
Yeah,
million.
$8.3 million starting rate without any accessories, and
The car's
have to add
rarity
it.
and insane looks have pushed the price up substantially.
Yeah, that's
It
so.
was built to commemorate Lamborghini's 50th
Yet anniversary. Yeah.
Its crazy design is Lamborghini's interpretation of a prototype race car built
On the street.
Boy, did they do an incredible job. The Veneno features a 6.5-liter V12 that produces 740 horsepower and 509 pounds.
Not pretty big compared to the Bugatti, but still it has 740 horsepower, 900 newton meters of torque. Hence, this guy has speed.
of torque. Oh yeah, and it's capable of doing 0 to 60 miles an hour in
Just
just
2.8 seconds. Yeah.
seconds.
Right in the ballpark of Bugatti's 250 GTO, one of the most prestigious cars in the car industry, and it also one of the most highly sought after cars in the classic car market. Upwards around 20 to 30 million dollars. Last auction was sold at about 35 million dollars. It was the most highly auctioned car on sale ever in the world. So that's why the 250 GTO is actually a part of a racing history and a legend. And Also, there are a lot of replicas on the market. Originals are very less, and the price goes up and up each year by year, like a Bitcoin rate.
Is the most expensive car
Yeah,
of all time. In June of 2018, a silver 1963 250 GTO was purchased by the founder of WeatherTech at auction for a mind-boggling $70 million.
yeah, I sold it, right? So I told you the 2017 result. This is actually the 2018 result, which was sold at $70 million. You know how many houses you can buy with $70 million in India? God damn it, bro.
That's right, $70
Million
million.
dollars.
So what makes the 250 GTO so expensive? For one, it's extremely rare, with just
Yeah,
36 ever
36
being
ever made.
produced. It has an incredible racing pedigree, winning the Tour de France road race in 1963, and well, it's a Ferrari.
Yeah,
The 250
obviously.
GTO is often known as the ultimate trophy car in anyone's collection. The name, the looks, and the exclusivity have long kept the 250 GTO at the top slot in the rankings of most expensive
Two
cars.
cars.
And with a top speed of 172
2
miles an hour in 1963, it was one hell of a fast car for its time. Next up is the Pagani
Is
Zonda
Zonda.
R. Made from
The first ever car made by Pagani's fastest car also in the world. One of the fastest cars next to the Bugatti, the Koenigsegg Agera Rs, as well as the Pagani Zonda. This was actually the V12 Mercedes-Benz engine, right? So this was actually the first production car that they made, which had the Mercedes V12 engine that they used in SLK or something like that. And this was actually featured in a episode of Top Gear, in olden episode, not this one. And they said high good rankings about the car.
2009 to 2011,
Yeah.
only 15 Pagani Zonda Rs.
Ooh, see the sound of the
It's a
pure
track-only
naturally
version of
aspirated
Pagani
V12
Zonda
engine,
in the
man.
same class
Gotta
as
be
cars
kidding.
like the Ferrari FXXK and the Maserati MC12. The engine of the Zonda actually comes from the incredibly exclusive Mercedes
Yeah.
CLK GTR
CLK
race
GTR
car
racing car.
and sounds absolutely out of this world. And with a curb weight of just 2,350 pounds, it's also one of the absolute lightest cars made in recent decades.
Because it was made of full carbon fiber from top to bottom.
Its 6-liter V12 makes
6
a
liter
powerful
730
730 horsepower as well. With its low curb weight, the Zonda R not only is one of the best-looking race cars ever made, its power-to-weight ratio is better than a Veyron. Oh yeah, and it'd crush any Bugatti around the track. Likely even if the driver was wearing a blindfold and going in reverse. Next on the list is the Maybach XLR. In 2003,
Okay, I have an interesting story for this car. So this is actually the Maybach, the exclusive division of Mercedes-Benz, which provide top-notch cars for high-profile customers. So this is actually one of the one-made Excelros. I'm not sure about the name, but this car is whopping good penny. I think he'll explain it. But anyway, this was, I think, only one car or two cars were made by the Maybach, and one is actually purchased by Jay-Z. I know for a fact.
Marketing and development project,
And he still has it, by the way.
which were called the XLR. To test them, Ford asked Mercedes to build a car capable of going 217 miles an hour. The result? A one-off Maybach that looks like Batman and Cruella de Vil's dreams come true. Only one was ever made.
Yeah, one was actually
Price,
made. Yeah.
a cool
$8 million.
It's 7 inches wider than a Maybach 57S sedan and ended up
This was actually based on the Maybach 57S. Yeah.
hitting 218 miles an hour in testing. The XLR makes 691 horsepower and 725 pound-feet of torque, and weighs as much as a Rolls-Royce Phantom at nearly 6,000 pounds. It's not the quickest car out there with a 0 to 60 of 4.3 seconds, but given there is only one, there is nothing else like it on the planet.
Yeah, I
The
actually forgot.
McLaren F1
Yep,
is
the
one.
the beauty, the McLaren that we know today is actually this is actually the first ever road legal car of the McLaren F1. I think so, road legal. Yep. From wrong, post down in the comment section below. But this was actually one plus two seat configuration. So you have your center seat, sorry, the driver seat in the middle as well as two seats for at the back. So this was designed as a racing console.
The most
So
legendary automobiles in
automobiles in
history.
yeah.
Only 106 F1s were built, and it held the world record top speed
Yeah, center seat.
over a decade after it was made. In 1998, Guinness Book of World Records verified the F1's top speed at
240
240
miles
an
per
hour.
hour. Okay, this I definitely have to check. But first, let's see. 240 miles per hour in kilometers. It's all in miles, right? 386.24 kilometers and okay, so around the ballpark of 380 kilometers an hour.
Previous record
Not bad,
held
not
by
bad,
the
not bad.
Jaguar XJ220
Yeah.
at just 217 miles an hour. An instant classic, the McLaren F1 is unique in many ways. It has 3 seats, with the driver sitting in the middle of the cockpit ahead of its occupants. The looks are stunning. The V12, which powers it, sounds fantastic.
Oh yeah, and also this is actually not the original McLaren engine. McLaren was starting out in the field, so they didn't have an engine. So they kindly asked the people of BMW, which is owned by Volkswagen. So BMW actually provided the V12 engine that is needed for this car. I don't know where they picked it. I hope he says it in the video, but if he not, just throwing out there.
And it's a manual.
Yeah, you see.
It was one of the first production cars to ever use a full carbon fiber monocoque chassis to keep weight down, and its V12 produced 618 horsepower back in 1994. Impressive stuff. So how much will all this cost you?
Probably
McLaren F1s originally sold for $1 million back in the 90s. However, due to their exclusivity and the car's brilliance, an F1 sold at auction last year for $19.8 million.
Whopping $20 million. Oh my
Getting one
god.
of these for under 14 or 15 million has now become nearly impossible. Next on the list is the Porsche.
Oh, the Porsche
917.
the original race car.
1969 to 1971, only 25 Porsche.
Yeah, one of the most rarest cars in the world, and also one of the most legendary cars in the racing world.
917s and just 12 Porsche 917Ks were built. The 917 was one of the most impressive race cars ever made, giving Porsche its first ever win at 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1970. It was one of the fastest race cars ever built, and with a 0 to 60 time of an insane 2.3 seconds, the car is crazy fast.
Oh man, look at the body of the car. It is aerodynamic as hell. You can go more than that.
A few iterations of the 917 made as much as 1,500 horsepower
1,500 horsepower?
in 1970.
Okay, 1,500 horsepower might not seem big for you in today's world, but 1970, 1,500 horsepower was not the hypercar. It was the god tier of cars. 1970, man.
100. It's no
Oh
wonder
my
why
God.
the 917 is so loved today. The price for this engineering masterpiece, though? Well, a 917K sold at auction in 2017 for $14 million.
Not as costly as the McLaren F1, but still it's $14 million.
Next
Lot of
up
money.
is the Rolls-Royce Swept.
Yep, this car. I thought so it will be on the track, but I don't know they will introduce at fourth place. So this was actually, I think maybe one or two cars Rolls-Royce ever built. This is the Swifttail model, and it was featured in some kind of movies here and there, but not any speculations. And actually, this car was handmade by Rolls-Royce, but not for the entire world. Basically, a Rolls Royce customer said that I want this type, this type, this type body, and they actually fitted this car. And the creation of Rolls Royce Swiftail has begun. This is actually that model, and also I think so. The owner of this vehicle has kept his identity in a secrecy. Probably you should having a tap car. I don't know how much it comes. Rolls Royce obviously doesn't tell you any specs about the car because whenever you ask Rolls Royce what is the horsepower, they say it is adequate enough. So I
Only
hope he
one
says,
Sweptail was
yeah,
ever made.
told you.
Auctioned for a lucky man to the tune of $12.8
Ooh,
million.
look at the body,
It was
man.
unveiled in
It's got a
2017.
sexy
It was
ass
the
body.
most expensive new car
Yeah.
ever sold, topped by the Bugatti La Voiture Noire just 2 years later at $18.7 million. The Sweptail was an example of Rolls-Royce's bespoke program, whereby if you have $10 or $20 million, Rolls will build you a custom car for whatever your heart desires. The Sweptail was completely hand-built and inspired by coach building in the 1920s and 30s.
Yeah.
Its design inside and out is absolutely remarkable. Ninth on the list is the Lamborghini.
Oh, this is one of the most favorite cars on my list. This is actually the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, and this was actually featured in the movie Need for Speed.
Sesto Elemento. Sesto Elemento translates to sixth element in English. What's the sixth element in Lamborghini's eyes? Carbon
fiber.
There's no denying the Sesto Elemento is one of the coolest looking Lamborghinis ever created.
Man, this had the awesome steering. I think I'll try to figure out where that is. Let me check it out. So, I hope. Give me a second, guys. I'll check this out. I put it that right. Just give me a second. It was the dopest car in the market, and it had a dopest steering wheel like any other car that you will see. Yep. Let me switch it back, right? Ready? Let us see the awesomeness of the beautiful Sesto Elemento steering wheel. Well, here you go. This is one of the most dopest steering wheels ever in the market, and this was actually the interior of the Sesto Elemento. Basically, Sesto Elemento has none other than two carbon seats, which is not adjustable, and also a steering wheel which is entirely carbon fiber. And actually, they just placed the seat on top of the carbon fiber platform, and this they added a speedometer, which is a waist tune speedometer. And man, this was one of the dopest cars on my list. Anyway, next up.
Red and black color scheme. Only 20 were made, and a used one will set you back $4.5
million.
It weighs in at just 2,200 pounds and is a track-only exclusive race car based on the Lamborghini Gallardo. It's got a 5.2-liter V10, which produces 562 horsepower, but because of its weight, it's able to launch from 0 to 6.
Remember, 562 horsepower may seem less to you, but this is carbon fiber body, and it's the most lightweight car in the world, and so you get the max. Each weight equals horsepower, so 562 is something around the ballpark of 1,500 horsepower. In my terms.
In just 2.5 seconds.
Still, it does 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, man.
Capable, but its design is where the Sesto Elemento truly shines. Its matte black exterior and angles are
looks like a stealthy Black Hawk.
Last on the list is the Bugatti 57 SC
Atlanta. This is actually one of my favorite cars, apart from the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. This is actually one of the first Bugatti's 57 SC Atlanta. This car is actually highly valuable and highly sought after by classic car collectors, and it'll set you around whopping $20-30 million on auction. I don't know how much it was when it came out, but this was some extravagant cars with extravagant looks as well as dopest bodyworks in the entire industry.
A design manifesto of Jean Bugatti, only 3 Type 57 SC Atlantics were sold to the public.
Yeah.
The first was made in 1963 from British banker Victor Rothschild. Completely handmade, the Type 57 SC is one of the most
amazing, look Oh my god, look at the beautiful 57. Look at the Stepney wheel where they kept it, man.
Cars in the world. In fact, the second Type 57, which was built for Jean Bugatti, was lost in 1938.
Okay, I didn't know
This
that.
car, if found, is said to be the most expensive car in the world with a value of $100 million. Sounds like it's time to go car hunting. Bugatti views the
$100 million
Atlantic as an inspiration and commitment for their modern day models. As previously mentioned,
Remember guys, this is actually the setup model that most of the Bugatti cars in today's world base it out. So anyway, that's all for today's video. And also I need to ask you a question. If money is not an option for you, what two cars would you buy from the list that I shown you today? Either the Bugatti, the list of Bugattis, I don't know the name, the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, the Lamborghini Veneno, the Ferrari 250 GTO, the Maybach, uh, the Bugatti's 57 SC Atlanta. Post down your choices in the comment section below. If you're not following me on Instagram, do follow me on Instagram at Sunil. Post it also there. Slide into my DMs. Help me. It will help me a lot to figure out my next video. Well, I hope you like the Sunil's Reacts episode number 5. Don't forget, as I said before, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and post down. Turn on your post notification. And if you like to see more of this car stuff, post down in the comment section below. And I'll see you on the next episode of Sunil's View. Peace.